That's real talk. If we are vibing with you, we have a connection. We'll go and have ice cream. We'll go and walk a lake or a park or whatever because we just want to chill with you. We want to vibe. We want to talk and see if we have even more chemistry.
Welcome back to the playbook. I'm your host, Lion. You're with my co-host, Mystery.
What up, what up?
And Doc. How are you fellas doing today?
Feeling
It's your
awesome.
boy.
And we have Miss Trisha Clark back to help us with a What's the Play? This is what's happening. So this is big situation online where this lady went on a date with a gentleman and he took her to the Cheesecake Factory.
Dun, dun, dun.
He took her to the Cheesecake Factory. She recorded the whole incident. She refused to get out of the car because she felt that it was beneath her to get out of the car or to be taken on a date to the Cheesecake Factory. So we, here at the playbook, we're going to give you what's the play on this situation. So Dog is getting ready. He's warming up the engines. Let's start with Miss Trisha Clark. Let's get the feminine side to explain what's happening, to explain to the delegation what's going on.
First of all, let's clear the air.
Yeah.
The Cheesecake Factory. What's wrong with it?
That's what I'm saying.
Listen.
That's what I'm saying. I got a few favorite
Listen.
meals over there. It's not high class, but I mean it's not low class neither. It's
Miso
good.
salmon for me all day. Let's go.
Yep.
All
Lemon
day,
chicken.
let's
Miso
go.
salmon, yo.
Lemon
That's
chicken.
what's up. It's pounded. It's pounded.
And the cheese. And the cheese.
That was
cheesecake.
terrible.
Yeah.
That was a
That was
horrible.
terrible. That was a pound. You're supposed to pound. There you go.
Yeah.
Listen, so for me, look, I watched that video. I hated how she did the old boy. I really thought that was like real foul. And truth be told, he did her one better. He took her home. I would have called her an Uber and she
Chuck the
could have
deuce.
kicked rocks. Seriously, because it was so mad disrespectful.
It
so
was.
mad
She
disrespectful.
put him on blast, and that was terrible. And in videos after that, he was saying how now it's hard for him to get a date because it was difficult before, but now they think that because of that one incident, that's him, and they won't go on dates with him.
I like
So
that. I like that you brought that out because I forgot to mention that the plot actually got thicker than a bowl of grits,
There
and
you
that's
go.
because they went on another podcast and they were just talking about what happened, what was the situation, and what the gentleman explained was that he had reservations for a nicer place. She made him wait in the car, not even inside her house, in the
So
car for over an
disrespectful.
hour. And because it was over the reservation time, they had to go to the Cheesecake Factory. So he felt he did the things right. However, the man, he was a chat. He stood up, he stood his ground, and he took her back home as she should after that incident. So just to give a little more context in the situation. Carry on, Mr. Reed.
Hold on, we're gonna save the best for last. I'm gonna go next, and I'm just gonna say, it's crazy, dude. Like Cheesecake Factory, it's not like I said the highest class to take someone, but it's not unacceptable to take someone to the Cheesecake Factory if you're just hanging out or whatever.
Dude, it's
Like,
a nice
if it's- if-
establishment.
Yeah,
You know-
exactly. And that was his fallback plan, like Lion said.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't because of lack
wasn't
of
first
effort
choice, yeah.
Yeah.
or anything like that. It was because she screwed it up. So now he's like, okay, where do I go? What's the nicest place that with availability that has good food, good ambiance, and everything like that? She won't feel disrespected. Let's not go to Applebee's. Let's not go to Chili's. Let's not go to Fridays. Let's go to Cheesecake Factory, which isn't bad.
No.
And she had the nerve to put him on blast, and she found out that the joke was on her.
Miss Trisha,
Listen. Like I said, mad disrespectful. Cheesecake Factory is perfectly fine. She was late.
That's where it would
So-
have ended.
Listen, she was late, so we had to go to Cheesecake Factory.
is ready.
And then she said, "A woman that looks like this looks like what?"
Yeah.
mediocre at its best. That was mediocre at its best.
Kevin Sam was in the house. All
Come
right,
on now,
Yeah.
stop it.
She was barely average. Struggling with average. And you know what?
Seriously.
I'm a pretty nice, respectful guy. I love women. I believe in chivalry. We talked about that. I
Yeah.
think there's nothing wrong with planning a great first date with someone, but it's also about respect and reciprocity, you know, and not taking either person for granted. So yeah, you know, I'm just gonna jump in here and I'll jump back out like we're doing double dutch. But like, I mean, first off, like I said, when we had when she had the follow-up interview and we found out that she was in fact an hour late and he had planned a nicer date, a nicer restaurant. That's great, but we talked about this in a previous episode about
Right.
what's an appropriate first date, how much to spend on a first date, you know, where to go. And I think we all agreed, you know, that we may not do the Ocho thing because Ocho said he's not spending an excessive
300,
funds,
yeah.
300 on a date, regardless if he has it, you know. If I think it's worth it or the way that plan shakes out, then I will. But also, if you're vibing with the person and they're a good person, then if you decide to go for a walk and get some ice cream, I don't think a decent person is going to be opposed to that. So in society now, we have a sense of entitlement that is bananas. Anyway, people have
Right.
this sense
Yeah.
we could take it up the genders. We could just look at like the younger generations. We could talk about how people have this sense of entitlement. I went to college. We're looking at a video. I went to college and I couldn't find a job I wanted. Someone sent me something earlier this week about this girl who was just, you would have thought she, you know, was just told she had a terminal disease. But basically, she was just talking about how she went to college and she couldn't make the money she expected to make after a bachelor's degree. So she was just so emotionally distraught because she's so entitled. So the fact that, but this lady's too old to fall into that category. So she's not that demographic that's entitled because of the way she was raised or because the masses have kind of somehow made that normal. She had, whomever raised her, whoever, because she went on to say that her friends would dog her out if she went to
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory. So you hang with a bunch of trifling chicks that think they are
You need better
grandiose.
friends.
Bro, where does this come from? Like, the thing that she failed to recognize is that it's an interview for both ways.
Yeah.
You may not be feeling him, and he may not be feeling
Right,
you.
so he's supposed to take
like,
you
this
to-
is an
To
interview,
Lilac,
yeah, for
Michelin
the
star, and
guy.
spend $600 on him. Yeah.
Exactly. This is for the guy to see whether he wants to continue dating you.
Yeah.
It's not just for the girl. It's not just he should feel honored to go out on a date with. Whatever.
But that's the problem,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That's the problem. See, therein lies the issue. Okay, first off, she had so many character flaws. And I'm not trying to be petty, but to me, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
But she was not that
She
attractive.
was
to
not
me.
it, no.
Physically, she wasn't that attractive. Second off, I've met people who we talked about sex appeal and sexuality in that regard, where someone may not be your physical type, but they can be so sexy the way they carry themselves, and that doesn't necessarily have to be because the way
conversation
they're
and everything
the
else.
way they're dressed, scantily clad. We don't mean that. I mean that could be a variable, but it also, like you said, the communication skills, the energy, the exchange.
Yeah.
She had none of that. She was a 0 to me, bro. And if she was a 2 at first, and I don't rate women like that, but we're gonna put her on a number. She brought this on. I hate to do this to you, but you brought this on yourself. Okay, so if she was a 2 before.
Yeah.
After she was an hour late, how are you gonna have the audacity to be late for my date and
Yeah.
then try to tell me? Because you know I
And then
can.
make you jump through hoops. I'm an hour late. Make me happy. That's crazy, dude. And then she puts you on blast and
Yes.
says, "Take
Oh,
me
I
home."
would've just called
Bro,
the police.
I would no.
Excuse me, she's trying to steal my car. That's my vehicle. She's locked in.
Yeah.
That's how the video would have gone if I would have. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, she locked him out the car too.
Yeah, she would
that's
no,
crazy.
she put the locks on so
On
he
his
wouldn't be able
car.
to.
I forgot about that part.
Disrespect.
Dude, yeah, I would have called the cops if that was a situation. I would have taken her home. But hey, thanks for saving me some money.
Exactly.
You know, we were going to go to the expensive place because
Yeah.
we didn't go, and we were going to go to the lesser expensive place because we didn't go. So I saved some money, and I saved a big mistake. Thanks.
You save time, which is
Thank
more
you
valuable
for
than money.
showing me your colors.
That's
That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Red flag, red flag, red flag.
I'll
Let's
maintain
go.
this. I said it on a previous episode when we talked about chivalry. A first date is for the purpose of getting to know the other person. There's no reason you have to expend an exuberant amount of money. And if someone is trying to wants you to spend that kind of money, they're trying to get one over on you. That's not the kind of person you want to be with.
Exactly.
Because it should be a coffee, should be maybe a very like alcoholic beverage, or maybe just a walk at the park, some physical activity, something that you get to know that person's character, see if you guys vibe, if you have some kind of chemistry. And if that's the case, maybe the second, third date, go to a nice dinner, go to a nice event, spend that money. It's definitely okay to do at that point. But if you don't even know, if you have if you have interest in this person, it's gonna be a very awkward, expensive dinner.
Yeah.
Just don't let anybody get anything over you. That's all I'll say to that.
Yeah,
I
it
agree.
is all about the connection,
Yeah.
and if you don't, it's not necessarily about the money. They're not connected on linearly, parallel. They're not connected at all. Like you could go to wherever place and still have a great time because you
It's
connect.
a decent
because,
person.
Exactly.
You know, my wife.
If you have a Netflix account, hey, come over. Just
what
guys
kind
chill
of
out.
account you
We
said?
are not Netflixing and chilling on
Netflix
the
and
first
chill.
date.
No,
We
that
are
don't work.
not.
No, that-
We're not
Guys,
doing that on
remember,
the first date. We're
Mitch-
not
We
doing
like the
Trisha
same
don't like
shows.
We're
Netflix.
not doing that.
We like the same
She likes
shows.
she likes HBO.
HBO Max. No, don't get it twisted, bro.
Don't get
Okay,
twisted.
look, so check this out.
No.
Speaking of what's acceptable, I'm glad you said that. You guys segued me into something I want to talk about while we're talking
Go
about
ahead.
this.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
so
Doc.
there was another list that was
Oh,
generated
yes.
on Facebook of places that women. I'm going to read the list really quick, and we
Okay.
can maybe kind of
Oh, yeah.
discuss this
Let her
briefly.
rip.
Run it down.
You know, but and again, before we jump on this list, I want to say one more thing. I'm not trying to be mean or hurtful to this lady, but she's delusional and she's not a nice person. I saw her in an interview where she kind of cleaned herself up. She said in retrospect, she saw how she may have come off seeming a little bit obnoxious, blah, blah, blah. Good for you for admitting that, but I don't know if
That's
that was
first up.
done. I don't know if that was done out of the goodness of her heart or the fact that she was taking a beating in the social media.
Yeah.
Because to me, like, you have a nice guy. He seemed like a genuine
He was a
nice
He
really
guy.
talked
nice
about
guy.
he's looking for a long-term relationship, that relationship meaning allowing his family, that he wants to carry his name forward. This is a guy that's looking
Dude.
for his person.
All
So-
these
person.
women talk about they're looking for a husband, they're looking for a guy that'll stand by him. This was the guy.
And
But
then,
let's be honest, though. Now, let's be honest. Y'all
Yeah.
seen him and you seen her.
Yeah.
She wasn't in it because she liked him, was attracted to him. There was a chemistry.
No, she's in it for the dinner.
Money bag.
That's it.
well, she said, okay, so I
Fully
watched this other
date.
thing. She said that she said that she wasn't attracted to him at first necessarily, but she was in a bar wherever they were, and he was the only one who actually had the confidence to approach her. So she said after they just had a bit of a discussion, he became more attractive to her, blah, blah, blah. So,
Stood
you
his
know,
ground.
So where's that energy? Like, why did she continue that?
exactly.
Dude,
So,
Yeah.
what's the list, Doc?
Well, the other thing is,
Go ahead.
last thing, I just
ahead.
have some.
Run it.
I'm gonna tell you the list, but the other, excuse me, the other thing I want to say, just to throw another jab at her, proverbially, not literally. I'm not condoning domestic violence, but you know, figurative jab at this chick. The dude said, he explained again, like I said, you guys know I can go, like, when I went on a date with my wife and she said she was so happy I took her to Taco Bell because she thought I was gonna always eat at nice places. I like my nice places, you know.
Right.
But I can do Taco Bell or some other place too, and it's nice to be with somebody who you can vibe with,
Yeah.
whatever
That's
you're
it.
doing, who's rolling with you. You know
That's
what
it.
I'm talking
That is
about.
more attractive than anything. Like someone that will just roll with the punches and you guys can have a great time. That is more
Whether you're
attractive
at-
than
yeah,
anything
whether you're
else. Because let's go to Ocean Prime, let's go to Eddie V's. Is the only acceptable date. For example, for that lady, you may not. You may have to be worried. You may have to be weary.
Yeah. What type of guy are you looking for? Like, he's not going to be. He's not going to have just $100,000. He's going to have like $300,000 or $400,000 or $500,000. We're not eating at Ocean Prime every night. That's not what it's going to be.
Right, and
Yeah.
a lot of guys don't try to portray that image, and a lot of women have come to expect it. But this is the thing. Why I was saying that is that Cheesecake Factory is a nice place to
It
eat.
is.
It's not, my favorite. If I'm it's not my favorite restaurant. That menu is a lot to sort through, but that,
Yeah,
you know,
that's that.
It
Yeah.
works.
but
First date, though.
it's
It
but
works
it's
for a first
but it
date.
works for a first date and it works for a nice meal.
Yeah.
If we were gonna go grab something to eat, because you don't have to have a reservation like a lot of places that we may otherwise want to go. You need a reservation 2 or 3 weeks in advance.
Right.
So, but this guy said that Cheesecake Factory was near and dear to because his family met up there for special occasions. So it made her seem even more ridiculously tech.
man.
Because like it wasn't even just like he said, hey, let me just pick a lesser expensive place I can get a reservation. Cheesecake Factory was like literally important to this dude. Like he said, they had family events there, a bunch of get-togethers. He had birthday parties there. So he's like, hey, this is my place I'm sharing with you that has sentimental value to me and my family. So on top of that, she treated it like that, So yeah,
And knocked him out of his own car.
Karma is a bitch, so just make sure that bitch is beautiful. In the words of Lil Wayne.
There you go.
Wheezy, Toonch. But
Now,
anyway.
now, if you're taking out Miss Trisha, I said you're gonna take you in. She's gonna bring you in. She's gonna cook for you. She's gonna make you a nice 5-star meal. Isn't that right, Miss Trisha? Let her know.
Oh, no, let me let you know. But real talk. Let me tell you, ladies, if a lady likes a man, If she's attracted to a man, if there's a chemistry, she really is
Let
interested
him know.
in, we'll fucking eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich with you,
Right.
like at a park or something.
That's
You
what
know
my
I'm
sweetie
saying?
told
Like,
me.
Seriously.
That's
my boo
That's real.
said.
That's real talk.
That's
If
real.
we are vibing with you, we have a connection. We'll go and have ice cream. We'll go and walk a lake or a park or whatever because we just want to chill with you and vibe. We want to talk and see if we have even more chemistry.
That's it.
So
I thank you for
Go to
contributing
Checkers.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Checkers. Those battered fries are kind of.
Fries are good.
yeah,
Everything
yeah.
else is unhealthy. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Oh, it's all unhealthy.
we can't do
You got to purge your system and do like a freaking extra 2 days of cardio. But, well, that's me. But, you know. Okay, so look.
2 days in the toilet.
Let's run that list.
This is one of those lists. This is a list comprised of places that ladies on Facebook, after this female created this situation, this scenario, said were not acceptable. Here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date. Oh my gosh. Thanks you to the ladies who reached out to me to help me on my list. All you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're
Leave
going to
your
run it down.
names
Number
so we
1
can
is
take you off the
Cheesecake
list.
Factory. Number 2 is Applebee's. Number 3 is Chili's. Number 4 is Chipotle. Number 5 is Olive Garden. You better quit tripping about
Olive Garden. I mean, when
And
you're there,
the
your
end-
family.
The endless breadsticks and the
breadsticks,
salad.
what?
Right. Don't. Okay. So
That Alfredo sauce.
See,
listen.
what?
I had a problem
the
with Red
movies.
Lobster.
Wait a minute. These some trick said the movie. Come on.
Now you do. Do you know why they say the movie?
Yes,
though?
but it was. If I felt like it was from a place of your logic, I'm gonna let you say. But I bet you, I'm feeling like this was based on this people riding with this crazy chick who
Yeah.
locked dude out his car. But I know because you don't. Go ahead, tell us why, and I'm probably gonna concur with you. Why movies isn't
Because
a
you
great
really
first
can't-
date.
Because you really can't conversate and get to know the person.
I agree.
That's
I
all.
agree. But what?
Now, if we go into Cine Bistro,
And that is where
Let's go.
that's my
There
number
you
one
go.
movie spot.
And that's
we can
what I would
talk,
do.
because
Talk,
we can
you
talk,
dinner
and
a
we
movie.
eat and movie. We can do that.
Yeah.
So let me know when you go to Cine Bistro to do it because I want to watch the movie. I don't want people talking behind me. So I want to watch the
No, you can.
Well, no, you have
It's like there's a bar area.
Talk before.
Because I tried to watch the movie. Be talking like, yo.
Call your usher in.
He is like, could you stop talking? No, not that. What she's saying is like, first off, most people get to the movie like 15, 30 minutes early,
Yeah, you
so
have
you
to
can
get there
order.
early,
You know.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but so the movies,
Okay.
the movie used to be. See, at my man, that was still a cool first date. Cause I'm thinking back to when I was in high school. I had game in high school, but some dudes didn't. So a movie was a good place
got
for you to
the
get to
riz.
go. So you didn't have to have a lot of conversation, but you guys kind of knew you liked each other. And you could do the little thing where you, yawn and put your arm around. You know what I mean? Put your arm.
Fresh.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You could do that thing in the movies. You know what I'm
Make
saying?
that hole in the popcorn. No.
Right. Oh, that's a different movie. Lion. That's a different movie. I didn't learn
gosh.
about that until way after like my high school days.
What?
Yeah, don't ask me about that. Okay, so the movies. Your House. Okay, there was the Netflix and chill thing that got
Yeah, yeah.
that was vetoed.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, but okay, we're gonna talk about that in another episode too. Any fast food chain,
Get it.
Buffalo Wild Wings,
Agreed.
Wingstop. Which one does Rick Ross own?
Wingstop.
You better quit playing with Rick Ross's
like Wingstop.
spot.
Let's go.
Rose.
Lemon pepper.
Let's go.
Right?
Lemon
right
pepper.
there.
Yep.
Okay, Red Lobster.
Hey,
You're
listen.
really tripping because black people
Yeah,
should be
that's
black
what I was
people
about
should be
to say.
mad
What's
at
wrong
you
with
because black people
Dude.
roll with Red Lobster. That
Yeah.
was a fancy.
Yes.
You know,
Those biscuits
I
are
was-
pretty damn
the
good.
biscuit.
Heavenly.
Jesus.
the
Yes.
cheese biscuits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
but I won't go to Charlotte. No, I won't go there.
any buffet.
I get it.
No, I do not. See, this is
Texas de Brazil, yo.
right. That's the Brazilian steakhouse.
Okay.
And then there's
Okay, I
a
give you
place.
that.
Shepherds.
Right. I could take you. See, that's
Shepherd's has that?
these are people.
Yeah.
I didn't know they have a buffet over there.
These are
sleep-
people that are
don't
trying to
sleep on
be more bougie or classy or upscale than they really are, and they're telling on themselves. They're you know, because there's chinks in all their, you know, the cracks in their theories. Because first off,
Y'all going to go to Golden Corral? Is that what you're saying?
no, they're right. That's a buffet.
They
I
got,
don't mess
they
with
got a
but-
chocolate fountain. What's wrong with that?
Fondue?
No, because there's some buffets that easily there's some buffets that in DC. You guys either live in DC? Were you ever in DC?
Yeah,
I
used to
visited
be in
DC.
DC
Philip-
often.
Philip-
District Tacos in DC. Shout out to y'all. You guys have great tacos out there.
Phillips Seafood has a buffet that's like $100, $100 a person. So you're gonna drop the $300 on a buffet there. But these
my 100 pounds
some chicks came up with a list that you wish
They were talking
a brother would spend
They were
and
talking
take you to
about
Phillips.
Ryan.
They're thinking Ponderosa.
Well,
Which ain't no-
but that goes to show you the extent of their class. That's what I'm saying. So if they're classy enough to where they can say, you shouldn't take me to a buffet on a first date, then you should understand the scope of buffets that are out there. You know what I
There
mean?
you go.
But clearly
You
did
might be
not.
missing out.
Touche.
You know, so anyway, so buffet.
Okay.
IHOP, don't play with IHOP because they had the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. Okay, Denny's,
Yeah, I agree with Denny's. Yeah, you don't want to be
well,
sick.
Denny's they're the ones, they cleaned up their act, but that was the ones who had the discrimination
Still wouldn't do
thing.
it. Still wouldn't
So,
do it.
you know,
Yeah, that's after the club. It's
the
all good
gym?
back in the day.
The gym?
Yeah.
People go to the gym
I don't think that's a date place. I have to agree
I
with
don't
them on
think it's a
that.
date.
unless you're like a
It's a
personal
good get
trainer.
to know somebody, maybe.
that was
hey,
some-
you want to get together and work out? I don't know. I could still see it potentially. What do you think,
If
Trish?
you both work out already,
first date.
yeah. But
If
I
that's
wouldn't-
our thing,
it would-
if that's
it-
our thing.
Yeah, but
Right.
like it would still wouldn't be a date. It would be like something that you're doing.
An activity.
Working
I
out,
don't
yeah.
like those kind, and I'm an active person, but I don't like a lot of people like those. I met a lot of people in California like that. No disrespect to my friends in California who always want to go hiking and shit like that.
Colorado too.
Right.
Hey, let's
I like
go hiking
hiking.
tomorrow.
Hey, watch out.
You meet somebody.
hiking, canoeing.
Yeah, see, that's not a
about
date. That's not a date for me though. That's like a military training, a special ops training.
I
course.
think it's kind of
I
cool,
don't-
but
It's
it's
pretty
something.
cool.
I don't want
Yeah.
it.
You got fresh
I don't want
air.
it.
You say you don't?
got the
Yeah, I'm listening to
you
you
got
like, I don't want
nature.
it.
Oh yeah.
You got the fresh air, the nature. You're
That's
walking.
kinda cute.
You get to
Yeah.
connect. You know what I'm saying?
There's a spring.
We
at
could do
the
that in
end.
the park, and we could go to Central. We could go to Central Park in the summertime. You know, yeah. No, there's a lot of other things. I don't.
There's
want
too many people in Central
I don't want
Park.
to do.
The hike, like if you go to a nice spot,
No, there's some
especially here.
spots. Yeah. Well, no, there's some
There's-
spots in
No,
Central Park.
I mean, Central Park. I always it's like everybody's
Versus
out there.
going hiking in like
Especially during the week.
Colorado or
that's
Cali,
another
then
thing.
it's different. Yeah.
Okay.
Starbucks. Okay. And I know some people are gonna be salty about that, but how is Starbucks? I'm not a coffee drinker,
It's
but
not for it works.
but a
yeah.
mocha frappa latte chino grande thingy
That's all
seems
I
like.
know, ladies and gentlemen.
Just get a tea.
Yeah.
You can get an iced tea.
I mean, yo, I get chai latte. You know, I get a chai tea.
I would go to Starbucks.
So
I
Starbucks
think a
works,
lot.
yeah.
So would you?
Starbucks
So
isn't bad.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
So see, I think this is another one we think
Actually,
the list.
I met one of my exes at Starbucks. It was like a semi first date because she was studying for law school.
Oh.
That's where she was at, and she broke
That
in
seems
between.
like a good-
Yeah, and so we chilled. Yeah, you know who it is. It's all
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
FedEx.
yeah.
If you're
Okay,
watching
so
this,
coffee
never liked
coffee
you.
dates is after Starbucks. Same thing. Ice cream dates. Now, see, again, we trifling.
Yeah.
Try not to use any,
could be-
derogatory
it could be
terms
gelato.
for my opposite gender. But you
So
try.
yes or no?
Ice cream date is a
It depends.
great
Yeah,
date.
you can do
yeah,
gelato.
I'm
Yeah.
done with some ice cream.
What about you? But what if I,
We can go
you-
on an ice cream date.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right. So family functions, not a
early,
first
too
date.
early.
Yeah,
No.
Too early.
Oh, we all. Yeah. No.
No,
Agreed.
you
Agreed.
crazy.
No,
You're
I might
doing
not
too
like
much.
you enough
That's
to
a- that's a
right.
red-
What'd you
that's a
say?
red
What'd you say?
flag.
Doing too
What'd you say?
much.
Lying to do what? Yeah.
You're doing too
You're
much.
not meeting
I'm
them.
like-
No.
Okay. Oh, sticky now. Movie night. Netflix, Hulu. They cover
Yeah,
some
I'm all
different.
about, yeah, that works. Make some
Just
popcorn,
not
some
say-
gourmet popcorn.
We're gonna go to that church night and pray for you.
She said you can double
I'm
bump
past
it.
first dates. I'm past first dates anymore. Anyway.
But you know what, though? There was a time in my youth when I was a young GI, military guy, where that, that was a smooth way of, getting somebody. And if you came
Yeah.
over, hey, come over and watch a movie. And I always had the AV equipment, so it looked like I was legit. I made some nice popcorn, but I was still trying to be fresh, like you said. It just was different. I wasn't a
Yeah,
teenager anymore,
yeah.
But I was just barely past a teenager, so yeah. But
I'm too gullible because I actually want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch
me
it.
too.
Yeah.
Right.
Me
Get
too.
off! I'm trying to watch. Yo,
Me,
it's gonna.
me too.
For real.
Yeah, I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch the whole movie.
You
all
know
of
what?
it.
I'll be honest. When I was younger, and so that was back in the day, was like go to the Redbox movies,
Okay.
whatever. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I was so gullible. I was so green. And they were like, well, let me come by and we can watch some movies. And I'd be like, oh, he wants to watch movies with me. And then I'm fighting the nigga off. No. Cut. I'm sorry.
I think that was hilarious.
And then
Yeah,
I'm
that's
fighting
great.
him off me because, now he trying to, and I'm like, but we were watching movies.
That's funny. But you
Now,
know what? If
now
the movie's
I
good,
have to call you out on it.
Uh-oh.
Lying.
After the 10th time, you should have known.
The third.
Took three
It was
times.
3 times.
But you know what? I really did. I'm
was
just.
so naive.
It is very convenient if things progress past the movie, but I was always inviting people for the movie. It was a movie I wanted to
Exactly.
I was fighting
you know.
people like Tracy.
see. Because I was smooth. I hit my little yawn. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, or
And look, I'm like,
Oh, she was a difficult one. She was a difficult one. See, that's why you have to start with a foot massage or something. You gotta come with attack at different angles.
Take
Yeah,
notes.
come-
ladies and
Tracy will
gentlemen.
have the
Take notes.
popcorn.
Okay, so
What's the next one?
so
What's the
movie
next
night.
one?
Okay, somewhere. Okay, now see, this is a trifling chicks. Somewhere that requires a long drive. Now I'm First off, that's because you riding around. I'm not okay.
Yep. Hey,
That's a dangerous
I like
proposition.
road trips.
But not even just
like
road
road
trips. To me, that's a nice to go on a Sunday drive. To go. I've had some great first dates like that.
I
Where
think within an hour to a really nice place.
Yeah.
and
would be
what'd you
cool.
say?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
To drive within an hour to a really nice place
Yeah.
builds up expectation. Except with the exception Tampa to Orlando, a little bit longer, but you know that's going to be a nice experience. Whatever.
I agree. That is I
That's
would put-
dangerous. If it goes wrong and you have an injured
it's a
person
long
riding
ass
with
ride
you,
Oh
back.
gosh, yes. But
It's a
you know
long
what?
ass ride.
But you know
I've had
what?
situations like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
got to do better, people.
Makes
do
sense,
better.
makes sense.
Don't meet people online and date them and expect them to rock and roll. And if you meet them in person, like they actually met in person, I would have never wanted to go on a date with Cheesecake Factory girl because there's nothing about her. Even if we stop being superficial, she's not necessarily my type. You know what I mean? But even beyond that, because maybe she would have been a great human being. There's nothing in her character or personality which would have made
not
me want
just
to go out with
that.
her.
If you look at her profile on social media, she only have headshots. She has no full body pictures.
That's always hey, in the investigative realm, that is what we used to
Red
call
flag, red
a
flag.
clue. That's a clue.
That's a red flag.
Other
yeah.
pictures are from this angle.
Right. Yeah.
Let me listen. I'm a woman. If it's head up, you better ask for a body shot.
See?
Oh,
You better
yeah.
ask for a body shot.
So all the single guys out there that haven't sorted that out yet, what she just said sounds
There you
very, very
Face,
very
you
good
better
advice.
FaceTimer.
Right? Shoot. You better know what you're getting into where you can't, because you can't filter on FaceTime, can
No,
you?
you cannot.
See, don't play.
FaceTimer.
But even without, when I say the long drive thing, I am a car person.
Yes.
I will pick you up and we'll put the top down
mean-
and we will go for a ride and have a nice
I
conversation.
mean, that's a deal closer. Tracy's gonna show up on a Lambo.
Which one? The Ferrari?
Ferrari.
No, you're going to
With
show up in a
top down.
Jag. No, you're going to show up in a Maserati. No,
He's not showing up
He's
at
gonna
all.
show up in a
he's
Lambo.
gonna, he's gonna stop by the
We're not
house.
even
We're gonna
talking
put the
about
top
Tracy.
down.
We're not talking about Tracy.
He's gonna
Next.
stop by the house and she's gonna be coming. Just come in.
We're not talking about Tracy. We're not talking about Tracy. Let's talk about you. We're not
There you
talking
go.
about Tracy.
Being mannish.
Let's go.
That's like my aunt used to say, boy, you being mannish. Stop being mannish.
We're not talking about Tracy.
There you go.
Okay, so somewhere that requires a long drive. Okay, bowling. Bowling? What do you
Bowling
think?
is cool.
I think
Bowling
that's
is
a cool
cool.
day.
It's a
Cool.
great idea
Yes.
to really build up a rapport with a
It's
girl, man.
fun.
Messes my
Yeah.
fingers up.
It hurts my
I'm breaking nail.
knee, but it does. That's crazy. My airborne knee, bowling.
Yeah.
I can play racquetball. I can do the Olympic.
Pickleball?
Whoa!
Don't think of all.
Splitsville.
I
was
wonder
like-
what they would say about Top Golf.
Who's that? Dave and Buster's.
No, the people who made the list.
I think that's
Well,
the best one.
well, if they're gonna say that about the
That should be up there.
yeah,
before
well,
Cheesecake.
yeah. If they're gonna say that about bowling, then they would probably say it's because that means they don't get it, And going to the driving range, that goes into the line of one of those kind of athletic dates that I'm kind of sketchy about, but for a first date. But the bowling alley, like I said, Lucky Strike is a restaurant and a bar. They have Latin night at Lucky Strike in DC.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's nice. It's nicer than a lot of other restaurants that the guy may have taken you to. The food is nice. The service is great. The ambience is phenomenal. So you tricks don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so okay, so after bowling, we have nightclubs. What'd you say, Trish?
I don't know about a first date. Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't do
I
a
don't know
nightclub.
about
It could be bad or good. See, I would more likely take you to a nightclub on a first date if I wasn't 100% sure about how it was going to go for numerous reasons. Why? Because there's music and dancing. You don't necessarily have to stay linked to that person. Plus, if you
that's
have,
what- I knew that was
if old
coming.
girl tries to act foolish, you have options. You can
That's
you
what
can
it
like
was.
work your mojo
That's
and
what it
like
was.
roll out with
Yeah.
somebody else. Hey, here, boo. Here goes some money for an Uber. I'm gonna leave with her because she's way cooler than you.
That's
There
a
you
no.
go.
Okay, wait. Let me throw a quick wrench in that one particular one. Okay, so what if? How does that factor in to for us salseros? How about a salsa spot though? If she's a dancer, he or she's a dancer.
I think they would
Not for a
love it.
first date, to be honest with you.
Not a first date.
Because
I think
you know, people, you know, this is the thing. If you're on a first date, in my opinion, when you go on a first date, you want to focus on that person. You want to create connection. You want to get to know that person, see if there's any kind of chemistry. If you go to an activity like dancing and a salsa club, because in our community, you dance with everybody. So
Yes.
then your attention is no longer focused on getting to know that
Agreed.
person. You're dancing with everybody else. And if that person's not from the community, they might be put off by it. I think maybe third date, fourth date, you gotta introduce to that world. I think that's how I look at it. You want to really focus on that person. You want to get to know if this person is worth getting to know further than that particular time. That's how I look at it.
Okay, yeah, I like it. I like it, Lion. Great answer, sir. I got nothing else to say on that.
I rehearsed that
one.
for days.
There you go.
You crushed. You knocked that out the park, baby.
I like that. I like
So
that.
okay, so right after there's only 4 more left on the list. Hookah bar. What do you think about that? Hard bet? No.
You know,
I don't like hookah.
in different life.
Okay, so we only have a couple more here on the list. A bar for just drinks. Now that's going to be interesting.
I'm down with that. Like that, I think that's cool.
A lot of people do that. I don't know where they got this from. I don't know. What are you thinking about that?
I'm down
Crazy.
for it.
It's
Blue
perfect.
Martini
If-
was like the
Yeah, if
spot.
you're
Oh,
growing up,
come
you go
on
to
now.
bars.
Blue Martini Tampa.
Yeah, all day.
Man, that was.
Let's go.
We had to pour
Yeah,
out.
I never got to go on a date there, but yeah, I mean, I would do a bar
Very
for
nice.
it.
I
I
actually,
think like a casual bar that's just like yeah, you just want to
It's-
focus
it's-
on that person.
it's funny because I went on a date at Blue Martini with
Tampa?
the girl. Yeah, in Tampa with the girl, and it's funny because like I wasn't dating my wife at the time.
Well, that's good, especially
But-
that you cleared that up.
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
show.
but here's why, because like her future manager actually came up and tried to talk to the girl that I brought to the date. She shut him down. It was funny, but then
Oh,
I
gosh.
I know
I
the
saw him
guy.
again in life as the manager of my wife or whatever. So
Oh, wow.
that was very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, last two. Here's the one. That could be controversial, or we could all, we could all have a meeting in the minds. Spending 6.5 years in the ATL, shorty. What?
Strip club?
Strip club.
Waffle House.
Oh,
But I like where you were thinking. I like your
I
head.
call it the dollar store,
Yeah, no, Waffle House.
Waffle House.
They said strip club.
do you give me that code?
They both. That was epic.
Yeah.
They both were like
I know.
Magic
Oh,
City.
that's easy. Strip club. Yeah, sure.
Club
Waffle
Nicky's.
House.
Oh, that tells you that the strip club is actually a possibility. Then it's not on the list.
No,
Definitely. If
not.
you like the
Nowadays,
strip club,
nowadays.
you're a keeper.
So they clearly, yeah.
So the play, so essentially the play for this is avoid people like that, men or women, that seem too interested in what you can do for them instead of getting to know you.
Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement on that, correct?
yeah,
For sure.
preconceived notions that are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
she felt like he was below her, and I think Trish alluded to that earlier. If she could be, she seemed like probably not a good person. Well, I would stop.
Here's the biggest thing. Like he has to do all of this. What does she bring to the
the
table?
table.
And she
All
said,
of this, honey.
yeah, that
All
is
of
nothing.
this.
Let's, beauty fades, dumb is forever. What do you bring to the table?
Exactly.
If it's nothing, we're not looking for dependence. Move on.
Yeah.
That's it.
With that said, we want to thank Miss Trisha again for sharing this spot with us. Thank you so much for being here. And Mr. E, do us a big favor and just take us home.
Hey, if you're watching, go ahead and bang that like button.
Bang it.
Yeah. Thanks to Trish for
Just go.
so
I felt
expected.
the words of encouragement. When he said bang it, like, yeah,
I
I'm
felt
gonna do
pressure.
that.
I'm like, what am I? Oh man, too funny.
Hey,
Thanks
R.I.P.
to
John
Trish.
Witherspoon.
Oh man,
Yeah, we need to put him on there.
we need to get like one of those like.
Bang, bang, bang.
We need to get like a GIF that just shows dogs saying "bang it." It's like,
Oh,
That
man.
was great.
oh,
Thanks
man.
to Trish for joining us. We'll catch you next time. This is the
Yes.
playbook. Later.
See ya.